I was listening to the Sunday address that Professor Black Truth did on his channel, and one thing that he actually mentioned it a couple times, but he mentioned it pretty much towards the beginning of his address, was about how you have some people out here who want to quote unquote save democracy or try to save America and all this, that, and the third. And I immediately thought of a tweet that was posted up by Black Up India on Twitter, and this is the tweet right here from Malcolm Nance. Now, I don't really follow Malcolm Nance like that. I have heard of him. I've seen him on TV before, mainly always on CNN or MSNBC. And he is basically a straight up and down, left to right, everywhere in between, around the world, 80 days and back type of Democrat shill. I guess you can put it that way. Who just believes in being a complete shill for the Democratic Party. And I wasn't even going to turn this wasn't initially even going to be a bedbuckkken video, because I was going to talk about this in my live stream, my first live stream of the year, but I completely forgot to throw it into the lineup of things I wanted to talk about. And I said, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about this in a pre-recorded video and throw it into my bedbuckkken series. So here we are. So I want you to look at this tweet right here. It was posted on January 2nd, 2022. He said warning, and he put warning in all caps, like it was some type of an emergency. 2022 election will determine if American democracy survives. It will show if dictatorship takes America. The GOP wants 40 Democratic seats. Our only chance is a voter turnout so massive we keep House and Senate. Vote blue down all tickets. Demand #voting rights. When I saw this, my first response was, is this Negro for real right now? And he really is. Like, he's not even joking. He is being for real right now. He's literally telling people to go out and vote for a bunch of people that some people don't even know. And then just telling them that when you get your ballot, it doesn't matter what they were talking about. Just vote blue all the way down, all the way down. Don't even look at the red side. Just vote blue from top to bottom. That's not how this works. And that's why I call this examining the fear-mongering bedbuckkken. Because the minute he put warning in all caps, he, like I said in the beginning, he's making it seem like it's an emergency, like it's urgent, like we have to do this. Like this is like a do or die type of thing. You know, remember the vote or die campaign back in the day, back in the early 2000s? This is kind of what it reminds me of right here. Except he didn't say vote or die. So he's making it seem like this is an extreme emergency and an urgent call for people to do this. And let's be honest with ourselves here. 9 times out of 10, he is talking to black people, because of how black people historically have voted for the Democratic Party over the years. But my response to this, you can't see it right here because it's actually, my response is actually below this. I said, so you just want us to go out there and blindly vote for people that, one, we may not even know, and two, have not done a damn thing for black people as a collective. That's what you're saying. So you just want us to just do it like Nike, like the Nike slogan. And I said, no, that's not how this works. See, we are in a time now where black people are starting, not every black person, of course, but black people collectively are starting to be aware of how this thing works. And your fear mongering and your scare tactics is not going to work on us. At least it's not going to work on me. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the majority. I would hope that the majority actually gets it, but that's just hope at the end of the day. Like literally look at that. He started off with warning and put it in all caps. Like sounds like someone who was scared to lose a position. Well, Malcolm Nance, maybe if you and the Democrats were doing something specifically for black people, in more particular black Americans, FBA or whatever you want to call it, then yeah, maybe you would have something or a leg to stand on. But these are the same people that have not done a thing for us, but they'll do things for other people. Remember when I did the bedbuckkken series about Jim Clyburn and what he's doing for the Catawba tribe, some $5 Indians in another state that he doesn't even represent. But when black people who overwhelmingly voted him in, they don't get anything. So no, this is what you want us to vote for. To vote to keep certain people there. Let's be real here. Malcolm Nance, you're doing this because you need to have a position. You know, if something doesn't go for you, you know you might be out of a job. That's what Professor Black Truth was talking about. He said a lot of these black political people, whether on the left or the right, but we're going to talk about the left right now, do this so they can keep a job, get or keep a job. And they know if things don't go their way, they're going to be out of a job. Look at what happened with Roland Martin. That man got downgraded down to working out of his broom closet. Like, he literally hit rock bottom. If it wasn't for his name and his notoriety, no one would really care about Roland Martin. I mean, we already don't care about him right now, but he still has a base. But then you have people like Malcolm Nance, who is only known in certain circles, who's not as, I guess you can say, out there as a Roland Martin. This also reminds me of another individual who people have been roasting online, and that's Joe Madison. If you don't know who Joe Madison is, he is a radio talk show host on FM radio, which is basically talk radio. He has his own show every single day. And he basically said he was going on a hunger strike until they do the things with the voting rights, which of course is that has to go through like Joe Biden and everybody like that. He's been on this hunger strike for over 40 days and nothing has changed. But they want us to just vote blue. And notice they keep talking about voting rights and voting rights. But when black people want to talk about reparations, then they deflect and go to another subject, or they just ignore us altogether. Excuse me. Well, guess what? We're going to ignore this because it is high time that we as black people, especially black Americans, we are doing for ourselves. Since we know no one else is going to do for us, we're going to do for ourselves. And keep in mind, I just did a video about how the economy lost $50 billion because they would not hire black men in record numbers. Qualified black men for positions, and they wouldn't hire them, and now the economy took a tank because of that. Is the Democratic Party going to help with that? Probably, most likely not. But Malcolm Nance here wants us to just vote blue down all tickets and demand voting rights. I'm sorry, but that voting right thing right there is actually not on, well, it's not on our list of demands at the moment. It's on their list of demands. And notice that it seems to me that it's a lot of the Negroes of a certain age that keep demanding voting rights. And when I say of a certain age, I'm talking about those who were born maybe in the 60s and back that are doing this. Because I don't know how old Malcolm Nance is, but something tells me he was born no later than the 60s. That's just what I'm given. Like, I highly doubt he was born in the 70s. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look it up right now and see when was Malcolm Nance born. I'm going to type this into my phone right now to see when was Malcolm Nance born. Give me a second. 1961. He is 61 years of age, so that means he'll be turning 62 this year. Just like I thought. He's actually born more close. He's born at the tail. He's born just 2 years out of the 50s. So there it is. And I knew it. It's of Negroes of a certain age are the only ones demanding this. But we're demanding something more greater than that at the moment. When we get our tangibles, then we will get everything else. And keep in mind, Malcolm Nance and Joe Madison, those who are demanding these voting rights and stuff like that, they're, as far as I know, FBA. So you have two guys who are FBA, allegedly, who are demanding voting rights, but you have the collective of FBA who want reparations. But they are telling us to put that to the side to demand this. Something that's not going to benefit us right now. And let's just say we did, this went through or whatever the case may be. Then what? We still not going to get what we need or what we demand. They're in it for self. That's a commonality between the bedbuckkken and the Blackarin. They're out for self. They're not thinking of the collective. They are in it for themselves. They are selfish. Much like the people who pay them. So Malcolm Nance and this whole tweet, they can shove it, as the old folks say, where the sun don't shine.